Hi,
All.
hello, and welcome back to another episode of Curse of Strahd in the Witcher setting. We are back, and with me I have Brimmore, Afion, Ragnar, and Wooloo. So, if you've seen the previous episodes, you know how this goes.
Yes. Hello, I am Bryn Moore. I am the party's man-at-arms, and we are currently waking up from a good night's sleep, I hope, in the middle of the forest after a very nice encounter. Ashton, up to you.
Howdy. My name's Ashton, and I play Ragnar, the Witcher of the group, who, by Witcher standards, is all but a baby boy. Who I think is somehow managing to stay on his feet after having the absolute snot beat out of him the last 3 sessions.
Don't forget
I digress.
armor.
I got the note. The note is there. That doesn't stop the broken ribs or the broken nose or the pierced eardrums or the gaping shoulder wound. I should see a doctor, but those are apparently very far and few between. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah. So we're going to see how this goes. And then I suppose the cause of the incident, all the injuries, Afion.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Let's put that aside and maybe unpack that a little bit later in character. I play Afion, the elven mage of the party. Yes, Afion can be direct. Yes, Afion can be a bit contentious sometimes. Yes, Afion is a little bit blunt with her words. Yes, she might joke a little bit too harshly. Sorry, Brynmore. But she is the wonderful glue, or should I say the stringy cheese that keeps the whole party together. Nothing can pull us apart.
Freaking cheese joke.
Just the cheese strings.
Your obsession with cheese.
It's Afion's obsession with cheese, man. Come on.
Yeah, I guess she had to have a substitute for her crack addiction.
Yes, indeed.
I used to smoke crack. Now I eat cheese.
It's not the same. But hey.
Speaking of addictions. Yeah, speaking of addictions.
Speaking of addictions.
Onward to the alcoholic.
I'm Celine. I play Wooloo, our lovely dwarf, sneaky, shadowy, sometimes mad criminal. I just got flashbacks of the very intense interaction that Wooloo had with Afion. It all came back to me now. So, considering that interaction and meeting Strahd, Wooloo is like, I should have stayed mad. that is their mental state at the moment.
I should have stayed haunted.
So everyone kind of woke up ready and prepared to almost fight. The minute Ragnar threw his sword at the tree and got it stuck in there, Brynmore immediately comes out of his sleep, grabs his weapon, and everyone kind of wakes up startled. And we're just going to carry off from where we left off. The floor is yours for roleplay.
What's going on?
We had a visitor. As I walk over and I
What kind of
pull my
visit?
sword out. Oh, you know, 6 foot so, thinks he's handsome, drinks blood, is haunting us.
I should have brought one of those barrels of wine.
He did mention
Darling his wine.
I did take a bottle from the Burgermeister's house, if you like.
Brynmore, we do not encourage addiction.
It's not enough for me anyway, lad. Thank you.
I take a swig
Well,
of
if
it
you're
myself.
offering, yep, I'll take a swig.
Fine, well, if we're all drinking wine, we all know that the best pairing for wine is cheese.
Great.
Well, in that case, I'll have a swig as well.
Of
So, yeah.
cheese? You can't swig cheese.
If
The
you melt it, you
wine,
can.
dear, the wine.
Ah, yes. I'm still groggy from the sleep.
What time is it in the What time in the morning is it?
It's still relevantly dark, so it's not. The sign of daylight is still far away.
I'm going back to bed.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
So,
I'll tell you all about our visit on the road tomorrow.
so
I think Afion would take a while before going back to bed and would probably keep watch for a little bit.
yeah, Lulu's not gonna be able to sleep much.
Yeah. Some form of rest,
It's better
even
than
if it is just a bit of wine and some cheese.
Yeah, Lulu kind of settles against the tree, just kind of like dozing.
So, yeah, I'll keep watch for a bit, but then I'll sit and while everyone's still kind of awake, like Wulu's sort of looking around at Afion before they fall back asleep, I'll I'll start meditating, a meditative trance, which gives me all the benefits of sleeping, but allows them to remain vigilant. So I'm considered awake for anything that happens within 2 meters of me, in terms of if I need to notice anything.
I believe Vulu has also set some traps around the perimeter. Yes.
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 All right.
There's perimeter traps.
Oh god, what's going on?
So, as the night progresses and you stay watch, the rest of the night seems peaceful enough. You do hear a couple of monsters in the far distance crawling around, but they don't get too close to your camp. Eventually, sunrise comes, and through the tree, you can start to see that the colors from the dark gray and black start to emit. Unfortunately, because of the constant overcast over this plain, you know it's only daylight simply because colors come to fruition. You all wake up and you are alone. No one disturbs you. How would you like to progress?
Well, I'd like to start by searching through my inventory.
I'll relight the fire. Heat up some rations.
Mm-hmm.
We're near some water, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Lulu goes to wash their face, wake up a bit.
Can I scout the nearby region, maybe see if any of the monsters that were walking by left anything behind, or maybe there's evidence of other visits or something?
Oh yeah, you can definitely do that if you give me just a wilderness survival.
Wilderness survival. Let's go. Okay, so that is intelligence. 14 plus 3, 17.
Okay, 17, pretty good. So you start to scout the area. Now, the thing is, are you going to be scouting more inland or towards the river?
I think more inland.
Inland. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, as you scout the area, paying as much as attention as you can about any potential leftovers from any type of creature, you do realize that there seems to be this like grayish, gooey substance further out from the campsite. So close to the road, but way further away from the camp. Afion, you were the one that was watched last, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you kind of went into the area where you heard such monsters, and this is where you find this weird gray, looks like sticky substance.
Was Afion on watch?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was the one who was lost.
She couldn't go back to sleep, so she
Oh,
stayed
no.
up on watch.
Fair enough.
Ulu was kind of with her, but kind of like,
Dozing. Fair enough. Sorry.
yeah, just in case.
I have some vials with me. Is it possible to take a sample?
You definitely can.
Nice. So I'll collect that sample, and I will take it. I'll go back to camp and show it to the Witcher.
Okay. So if you want to identify this, Ragnar, you need to give me a Witcher training.
Just sitting there with like half open eyes, mug of coffee, just. Witcher training.
Sure, training.
Use this one. Okay, so intelligence. So one gets 6 plus 10 plus what I roll. 20.
Nice. All right. So with a 20 immediately, as you kind of see the substance, you don't even need to uncork the vessel or sniff or anything. The minute you see it, you realize that's venom extract, and from the color, you know that it's from ghouls.
Okay. You found some venom extract. It's quite interesting. Where did you find this?
Well, I was paying, let's say, somewhat attention last night when I was scouting while you were all sleeping this morning. I went to have a closer look, and I just a little further inland, actually, just beyond those tree lines over there. Actually, there's a whole area full of it, Witcher.
Okay. This comes from ghouls. And it's normally left behind when they've been dealt with. There you go. Take it back. It's quite useful.
Thank
There's
you.
quite a few uses that I'm sure you will find something to do with them. You said there was a lot?
Yes, quite a lot of it, actually. If you're saying that these ghouls were dealt with,
Could you take me to it?
oh, of course.
Thank you.
Let's
I
go.
should grab some of myself. I'll follow Afion and see if I can grab some as well.
So as Afion leads you to the location and you get there, you notice that it seems like between one sample to another, there's like a 5-meter distance between them, give or take. But there's enough here to pretty much use. So on a rough count, you kind of make out around 12 in the area of venom extract.
Okay.
Now you got a 20, right, on your Witcher
Yes.
knowledge. So you know for a fact that first and foremost, ghouls are scavengers who feed on corpses left behind, right? And they do travel in small packs. The fact that there is venom extract running around means that either they are hurt, wounded,
You said there
Or-
was 12 of them around.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and
Alright,
5 meter distance from each other. So
Yeah, I'll go collect as much of it as I can. And while I do, I'm gonna just like comment like, well, like talk through what I'm seeing to Affion. So like, well, there's 12 puddles of it around, each spaced around. So this was probably a small herd. They like to feed on corpses. The fact that there's this much means that their little gathering has suffered some injuries. I don't see any ghoul bodies, so I've managed to walk off with the injuries. But something that could hurt a small herd of ghouls might not be something we want to run into. If it doesn't like us, especially.
Well, we might as well go and alert the others. Perhaps
Yes.
they might feel the same.
Yes, that is a bloody good call.
By the way, how's that wound treating you?
Well, I tried to clean it a little last night, and it's bad. Definitely getting too infected, and like pull the shirt down to reveal the cuts, which is like a little pussy, and it's just not looking great. I didn't pay as much attention in first aid lessons as I should have, I suppose. But we'll be fine. Just got to find a doctor.
Yes, indeed. We must. But if memory serves me well, the nearest village is quite a ways away, is it not?
We need to walk quickly.
Perhaps, well, we left Krezek and we're off to... Where was it away off to again? Vallakie?
Yeah. That's the one. It is a fair distance, and I've got a map. We can double check it, but
Yeah, it's probably
pretty
about
much
a day and a half away, isn't it?
only place we can really go.
Right, well, we best be moving. Get the
Agreed.
others on board.
Oh yeah, let's do that. And I'll take a look at the surrounding area again, just like one last time.
Affion goes back to camp and packs her things.
And then head back.
See anything interesting while you were out there?
Lots of ghouls. Well, ghoul puddles. Lots of venom extract, so that's going to be useful.
What do you mean, lots of ghoul puddles?
So venom extract, as I was saying, Affion, is usually left behind when a ghoul is, well, not just ghouls, but in this case, this belongs to ghouls, is when they're either really, really hurt or dead.
This be the same ghoul pack we encountered last night?
Maybe, but there was a lot. I think it was a bigger group than the ones we encountered. Maybe the ones we dealt with broke off from this group. But anyway, something put the hurt on a pack of ghouls while we slept.
No bodies?
No bodies. So either severely hurt, or enough that they can walk off, or it decided it was hungry. So I think we need to be aware of our surroundings.
Yeah.
Let's pack our things up. Let's get moving.
I
I don't want to dwell around.
go around and dismantle my traps. Can I check if any of them were tampered with or triggered in any way?
you find out that most of them have not been triggered. However, one which seems to be at the farthest end for you seems to go missing. You do remember one being there, and you're looking around and you don't find it.
All right. After collecting the remaining traps, I go back to the group.
So
So,
hold on, Ulu, hold on. Roll me
yeah.
a d20.
D20.
We were
Oh,
not
man.
prepared for this.
Okay. That's a 3.
It's a 3.
That's a 3.
As you're kind of looking around for your missing hunting trap, you feel something soft underneath your boot. Something that doesn't feel like earth or twig or anything natural. And as you kind of take a step back and kick around whatever dirt and leaves on what you step, you see a forearm sticking out.
Human forearm?
Yep, it looks human. A bit,
Looks human.
starting to decompose a bit.
Looks great.
Hey, Witcher,
Yes. It's like
you come
packing
take a
the
look at
last
this.
few things. It's like that's packing the last few things. Coming. Make sure he's definitely got his swords on.
So
Where
I just
did
point
anyone
at the
see where
ground.
Wulu went?
I'm over here.
My hearing is not as great as it used to be.
Oh.
Do I? Do I?
Hold on.
Wait, we lost video feed.
Yeah, I saw why that video feed was lost.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I'll head off, find Wulu first. Yes, what? What's up?
I point to the ground at the forearm.
What do you? Again.
And my trap, which was in this area, is missing. Missing, not triggered, not broken. Missing.
Okay, we'll take it one step at a time. First, the body. I'm gonna crouch down. Is it just a forearm, or is there more?
Considering
What do
the
you do?
world we're in,
I'm gonna
haven't-
look. I'm
You're gonna-
looking like to try clear up and like investigate
Yeah.
to see if there's
I
just normal.
haven't tampered with it, so I'm just
Good.
there with my cleaver ready, just in case. You know, it's a living corpse for some reason.
So we find out Wulu's a serial killer and I'm her next victim. Yes, I'm gonna look around, try and see if it's just a forearm or if there's more attached to it.
As you kind of kick the dirt away, start shoving more dirt around, you realize that it's the rest of the body is potentially there, and this is a very shallow grave.
Does the dirt seem fresh?
Freshly put, you mean? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a shallow grave. Great. Wulu, could you run back to my backpack? And get me my flint so I can start a fire.
Sure.
Just in case. Thank you. I'm then gonna try to uncover the body as gently as I can without doing any more, and I want to, once I've got it cleared up and revealed, I want to have a quick look to see if I can see maybe how they died or get some information about how a body might have wound up here.
So you uncover more dirt, and the body starts to appear, and you realize that it's a male. No clothes whatsoever on this corpse, and from the wounds you realize that whoever killed this individual was through combat. You realize that it's not a monster that killed this individual. There are clearly slash marks made from sharp weaponry, potentially a sword or a knife, and the fatal blow was clearly done to the abdomen, which was seemed to be twisted in the end.
Right.
When I get back to the camp to get the flint. Hey, Brimmore, Afion,
Yeah.
we found a body in a location where I had set a trap. My trap is missing, and now there's a body there. So,
Interesting.
if you've already gathered your things and you'd like to join us, I grab the Witcher's belongings and bring everything there just so that we don't leave belongings unsupervised.
Yes, of course. Let's off we go. Lead the way.
We've heard weirder things in this land than corpses in the ground. Let's go
Pretty
join.
Yes, yes.
Alright.
All right. So
As you further uncover the body, Ragnar, as you hear your comrades kind of stepping towards your direction, there's one last thing that you realize. The hand is clutching something, that there's a string coming out from the bottom of the fist.
I open up the hand to reveal what it's holding.
And
Kind of like
you
bend the fingers back.
from the tightness, you know that this is potentially about 2 days old now. And as you open up the fingers, it reveals what seems to be very similarly a sun.
A sun.
A miniature sun.
Yeah, so
Like a sun medallion.
a sun medallion, yeah. So it looks very similarly carved like the one that the abbot had, but in a much smaller size, much smaller scale.
Mhm.
Have I arrived next to him by now?
I hold it up.
That looks very similar to what. Hold on. I just.
At least we didn't kill this medallion's wearer.
I just put on the medallion.
I hand you your flint.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you.
it is fine.
I take the sun medallion that I got off the dead body, and I'll just like put it in a pouch on my sword sheath.
You know what? Alright, fuck it. I'll
This
just put
is-
on my own.
Fair enough. You're wearing medallion. I've already got one on a clash.
As Brimore puts
Actually-
round the
Actually,
thing
that's
over his head, Ragnar, your own Witcher medallion, for a split second, did a mini hum, a mini vibration.
Wait. Take that off.
Why?
It's not good. Magic. Don't know what type, but that's. I wouldn't wear that. Just to be safe. Take it off.
Interesting. Magic, you say?
Put it back in my backpack.
Actually, no.
Put it
Hand
back
it,
in my backpack.
hand it over. Let's
She
see
might
what
be able
kind
to
of
figure
magic
something
that
out.
is.
Investigate.
Thank you.
While Afion's looking at that, I'm going to double check the body, make sure that it's. Like, there's no indication that it might try to. They're like showing the signs of either becoming a ghoul or possibly a wraith. And then, if there are no signs, I'm going to dig a little bit of a deeper grave so we can bury him properly.
So just give me a Witcher training for that.
Yes.
Okay, so for the magic thing, I guess that's a magic training, right?
Yes.
Explosion!
Woo! First explosion of the session.
Ooh, explosion as well!
10
Explosion.
plus 8 plus 28,
What is
so
going
34.
You know
34
what it
for my
means?
Witcher training check.
Do you know what this means? They're hogging up all the explosions, and the rest of the rolls are going to be shit.
Shut up! Why jinx?
So Ragnar.
28 on my magic roll.
Nice. All right. So let's continue a bit with Ragnar for a quick moment.
Yep,
So
go ahead.
Ragnar, there is nothing that might indicate that this might have a wraith, or anything of the sort, so you're good to go in that regard. Aphion with a 28, an exploded 28. As you're examining and you're kind of just trying to understand what potentially triggered Ragnar's medallion, you feel a light sense of chaos magic within the medallion. Very weak, but still present.
Okay.
The last time that you seen any sort of medallions or any representation of any holy symbols would have had this faint chaos magic. So it is some kind of focus. Potentially for some deity calling or of sorts.
Is it safe?
Yes, there is nothing harmful.
Well, it seems to be linked with some sort of calling for a deity, or deity-like calling. It doesn't seem to be of particularly problematic.
May I have
And
it back,
she
please?
gives it back to Brynmar.
Thank you. I decide to put it on.
Fair. After hearing that, I don't put my one on, but I wrap it around the strap for one of my swords, so it's still lightly hanging there, just in case it helps to have this symbol on us at some point.
All right, cool.
But then so I dug a bit more of a deeper grave and then properly buried the corpse. And said a quiet prayer. All right. Now, worrying thing 2. Your trap has vanished.
Yes. Not triggered. Not broken. Completely gone.
It might sound dumb. Are you sure you put it here?
Yes.
Would it happen
Okay.
to be exactly on top of where this person was buried?
GM? I don't think it was exactly.
It wasn't exactly on top of it. No, it would have been
No.
like maybe a couple of feet away.
It was so is the corpse inside of where the trap would have been?
No, it would have been outside.
Alright. The trap was just a couple of feet that way, so he was still on the outside
Right.
of my trap. But the trap is missing.
Okay, everyone just have a quick look around. See if we can spot it. If not,
I mean, we make a move.
we have to leave. But if we can't find it, we could probably just chalk it up to Strahd messing with us.
Do we roll up an awareness check? Or...
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm going to have another look around the trees that I know I involved in my trap.
Okay.
So where?
yeah, so
Let's check everybody.
Awareness.
I got a 14.
17.
19 for me.
Okay. 14.
So, Ragnar and Aphion in specific. As you're looking around, trying to look for Wulu's trap, you both make out tracks around the area, which seems to have been kind of patrolling your perimeter of traps.
Okay.
Me and Afion.
So, Ragnar and Aphion.
I'm sorry, Bern.
So, the 17,
Okay.
17 and 19.
Okay.
Aphion, you're the one who got 19, right?
No, Witcher got 19. I
Sorry.
got 17.
Okay, so Ragnar, in your case, you find the trap, and it seems that it has been tossed away from this area. It is partially broken. Yeah, so whoever found it just kind of tossed it away. And in the impacts of perhaps of a nearby tree or something, got it broken.
Wooloo,
Hi.
I found your trap.
Hi.
It's been broken. But it doesn't look like it was set off before it got broken.
No, definitely not. We would have heard it.
Also, someone was
Tampering,
checking our
darling.
perimeter, walking around it. Because there's a lot of footprints going around the perimeter of all the traps and our makeshift camp from last night.
I guess we cannot chalk that up to Strahd.
And these are human footprints?
Yeah, look at. Do they look human?
The tracks, they seem to be humanoidish, but rather small.
Okay.
As if
So
that of like a pre-adolescent.
Children. Great. Very small footprints. They look human-esque. But I doubt there's many children running around the woods at night.
And I doubt many children would be able to silently disarm, relocate, and then break one of my traps.
Right.
Did you
Did
hear
anyone
that?
else hear that?
Yes.
Of course I did, darling.
Great.
Brynmore, check your ears.
Hand around my silver sword, just like slowly draw it out. Everyone got their stuff?
I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
out my sword.
All right, cool. So I believe that
See.
I believe we want to walk in that direction to head to Vallakie. So maybe we should
Make a move?
let's make a move.
Alright.
While we do,
I've got my fever drawn.
head is on a swivel, like just keeping an ear out, nose out, eye out. I'm just
Yeah.
great.
alert.
Yeah. I'm going to use my Witcher senses, 2 of which are Fubard.
So right now you really heighten your senses for your surroundings.
Yeah.
What seems to be almost like a whisper from over your shoulder, you hear, "Run!"
What?
We didn't hear it.
No.
Run!
No. Fuck that. Guys,
I don't
guys?
like it.
guys. Maybe let's pick up the pace. You know what? When I was training, we would always go on a nice run in the mornings to like get the blood pumping, to wake us up. So maybe we should go for a morning run.
A good military drill.
Let's
Run!
Let's
Let's go for a run.
Not panic, because whatever this thing is, it could be what it wants.
No, but at the same
What are
time,
you
Don't be
talking about?
scared.
if you guys get
I
in
just
front
wanna
of
play
me
a game
while
with
we're
you.
going for our run,
Hey, don't you run away. Please stay.
let's go.
Stay with me.
Keep going.
If you don't come play with me.
I don't like
And
it
we
when
will
you do
kill
this
you.
stuff,
No, I
man.
don't either.
God dang it.
So yeah, so let's pick up the pace and let's get out of the woods onto the road.
Okay.
Still like I'm gonna let everyone kind of go in front of me because it came from behind. And like stay close-ish, but it's still like paying attention behind us and around us and like try to hear if I can hear anything following us.
I'm hanging close to the Witcher because I know he's injured. I don't want him to get surprised by something.
I'm coming to get you.
No, you're fucking not.
Running we are. Let's go there.
Either Ragnar or Raffion who has the map, right?
Let's go
I have
there.
the map.
Let's go
Yeah.
there. Let's go there.
So,
So I
should
really
leave.
zoomed out and I can't see where my character is.
Let's run back to
Oh,
the
there's
path.
just a general token while we're on like doing world travel. So there's
Ah.
Behind you, look.
While we're on our run, I'm just ignorant of what's going on because I can't hear this thing talk. I'm just singing to myself Nilfgaardian marching songs.
Don't be scared.
I love
I
it.
just wanna
Oh, this is like a brisk march for us, you know. This is back to where,
Hey,
back in my military
don't you
days.
run away.
Yeah, great.
Stay. Stay
Yeah.
with me,
So keeping a lookout. When I hear like we're going to get you,
and we will kill you.
I'm gonna go. You're breaking the rules of hide and seek. You've got to count to 50 first.
1,
Hey,
2,
we've got 50 seconds before it's gonna run, so let's move.
4,
Go, go, go.
5, 6.
Can I try to pinpoint where the counting's coming from?
It seems like wherever like different numbers are coming
Wherever
out
I
from
look.
different
Okay.
areas. You hear rustling kind of in different facilities of this wooded area.
I'm going to,
11,
while we're walking out, I'm gonna think back to my training.
14.
Does any of this trigger recognition,
I'll come to
or
get
like
you.
the hunting tactics being used, the childlike footprints? Does that trigger any possible idea of what we're dealing with?
You can definitely give me a
Behind
Witcher's training once more, I guess.
We're still up in the trees, right? As in under the trees.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to stealth into the trees, please.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
16, 23 total for my Witcher training.
23. Okay, as you kind of are trying to, you're hurrying around and you're trying to gather your thoughts. Okay, what could this be? What could this be? It hits you for a moment and you almost feel childish for even participating in any of this. It's a godling for sure.
Okay.
So I rolled a 16 on my stealth.
16. You find the nearest tree and bush that kind of gives you the right cover for your stature.
God
and you kind
fucking
of
damn it.
hide yourself there. And as you're
Don't avoid
hiding,
talking.
as you're hiding from all, you hear the numbers all of a sudden just stop, and Afion right behind you go like, "You're pretty."
I turn around.
You
Do I see
this
it?
grayish-skinned, like this weird leafy crown and big eyes look at you for a second, and she goes, "Boo," and just disappears from behind the tree.
I could can I do anything in response before she disappears, or
She's too quick for you.
just too quick?
When I go, oh, that sounds like I stop, and it's almost like a sudden like squelching stop, like shuffle of it.
I stop as well. Like,
It's a godling. It's
What's
the heck is a godling?
I found it.
Found what?
It.
Fuck's going on?
so a
With my
godling.
wand.
I jump back down and in the middle, right behind Brynmore, tap him on the shoulder just to scare him a bit.
What?
So I go and I'm like, okay,
I found it.
Cliff Notes. A
got-
godling,
It's got big
Is-
eyes, doesn't it?
grayish skin, eyes a little bit buggy, but effectively they are harmless unless we piss them off. We could interact with them. They like very childish. They like playing games. And this godling seems to like hide and seek. Isn't that right, little one?
You hear
So what you're
rustling from another direction, and out comes this very smallish little girl, child-looking creature, grey skin, and she's kicking the leaves, upset. It's like, "You're no fun."
Yeah, I sheath my sword.
A child.
A godling.
A godling, Brynmore.
She kind
Well,
of
you
I,
scared us pretty good, little one.
She did. I take a few steps forward. I kneel down in front of her. Hi. You are really good at terrifying people when they've just woken up.
she shrugs.
Be modest. Hey, are you hungry?
She
Look hungry.
nods.
Cool. I go into my backpack and I pull out some bread and a little bit of cheese that I swiped from the wheel the night before.
She immediately takes it from you, and it's like she hasn't eaten in days, and she just
Grand
gobbles
Theft
it down.
fromage.
All right. What's your name, little one?
Full moon.
Pardon?
Full moon.
Full Moon? That's a beautiful name. How long have you been in the woods?
I don't remember.
A while. Do you see a lot of people coming and going?
People? No.
Monsters?
Uh-huh.
Scary ones? Not so scary ones?
I'm not afraid.
You don't look like you scare easy.
She starts to move closer towards you and starts looking around your kind of attire and starts pulling on different bits. It's like, you're dressed funny.
Well, you're dressed funny to me. We come from a different area. Different kind of world entirely, apparently, according to a certain cocky guy.
I wonder if she saw anything last night.
Yeah, that's Wulu. It's a great question. Did
Are
you?
you telling me this child is the one that disposed
Yes.
of our trap?
Very much so.
I thought it was a toy. I'm sorry.
I'd have to.
It's okay. It's impressive you managed to not make it make any noise.
Quick out of character question.
Yeah.
Is this going to be our adoption of a goblin moment?
If it is, I'm all for it because goddamn can godlings kick ass.
May we adopt this goblin?
Would you like to travel with us, dear?
There it is.
There's
I have to stay close to Daddy.
Who's
Oh,
daddy?
the child of the
Daddy.
father. We should find the parent.
The godling kind of turns in the opposite direction from where you came and points in the far distance, clearly where the body of the shallow grave was.
Okay.
Shh. He's sleeping.
Is that your daddy, little one?
Sleeping.
What happened to him?
He fell.
Do you remember?
He fell.
Yes. He tried to protect me, and he fell and slept. Silly Daddy.
Wow. Must be a very tired daddy.
Yes. Sleep for too long, I think. But he needs his rest.
what did he
Would
protect
you-
you from?
Oh. Big man.
Is he kind of a scary man? Tall, dark, rather handsome in certain lights.
No, he kind of looked like this one, and she points over to Brimmore.
Ah,
Oh. When you
So-
say I
Walking.
I hold up the little sun medallion that I had tied around my thing, and I go, when you say it looked like him, did he have one of these as well?
I think so.
Okay. So, what would we? I don't want to like piss her off.
I have an idea, little one. Do you like to get your daddy a gift for when he wakes up?
She starts jumping on the spot, and say,
I think that's a yes.
and she opens her hand, expecting as if you have said gift.
Oh, little one, I don't have the gift, but up ahead is a little village, and it has the perfect place to buy to get your daddy a gift. And if you don't have money, well, I will give you some of mine, and we'll get him something wonderful, shan't we?
She lowers her hand in disappointment. Head kind of lowers a bit and gives you a bit of a bad look. Turns over her gaze back to the shallow grave and back to you, saying,
I said I can't leave Daddy.
That's
Okay,
fine.
little one.
No, it's understandable.
Shall we come back with a gift then? While you
What
look
does your
after
daddy like? Yeah, we can do that. What is your daddy like?
her demeanor immediately changes back into this joyful self. It's like,
Oh, he loves oh, he definitely loves colors. So something
Colorful. Great. We will keep an eye out for that. What I'll do is, in the meantime, I will take out some white myrtle petals and some of the flowers that I've picked up to use for my potions and stuff. And I'll turn to Aphion and like the girl's like, can you make like a small flower crown or something out of these? Like,
I can try.
awesome.
Would Don, would that be, what would that be?
Crafting.
Crafting? Would fine arts help in that?
Good.
It's good?
No, wait, no. Fine arts is a performance thing, so no.
Oh. Okay, so crafting. Yeah, jeez. Okay.
Same. I wish I could help.
Ben, if only someone took crafting skill.
That's a 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, no, I don't see this going well.
Full moon. Where do you live?
I live here. She kind of gestures around as she turns playfully, gesturing to the woodland.
No, so you move around, or
The trees are our home.
Okay.
Do you know any magic, little one?
She tilts her head over to your direction, Aphion, and she kind of goes like, shakes it.
Would you like to see something cool?
You see her eyes wide and wide open, and kind of, with her own excitement, can't even nod her head, but you see the jitter in her face of wanting to nod.
please don't fireball the child. Please don't.
You see that branch over there? And Aphion points to a branch a little ways off on a tree. Well, watch this. And then she very artistically shoots a fireball at it.
God damn.
The first ever.
So, wait, I just want to clarify this while Don's deciding how Full Moon's going to react. We just asked her where she lives, and she gestures to the forest and in the trees.
And now we set a tree on
Aphion's
fire.
approach to impress her is to set trees on fire. I just want to clarify that's what's happening.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Full Moon is rather amazed by the fact that you can conjure
Oh,
fire
thank God.
out of thin air.
What? I'm waiting for the butt.
Yeah.
She starts clapping and laughs to herself in joy. And then she starts to realize that, there's ambers around. And then she stops and she looks a bit worried and goes over trying to pat the ambers.
I
down.
help.
I take my plate.
No.
Yeah.
I help.
she's distracted, just run away.
She's not going to hurt us. All we have to do is say goodbye to her. So I've got to help her put the fire out with my cloak.
Yeah,
Just, like,
we'll all
smother it.
Yeah, we're
participate
all
in this
helping put it out.
situation.
Okay. So she turns around after you all help put it down, and she's very grateful, and she says thank you. She turns around to Aphion and says,
You're the pointy-eared one, right?
Aphion, parts her hair back a little bit, whittles her ears. Yes, darling.
I have something from someone for you. And
That
From-
tall, smooth
from within
talking.
her rags, she starts to fiddle on the side of her rags on her waist, and she presents to you a wooden carved statue, which looks very much like a hawk.
Wow, this is a wonderful craftsmanship. Did you make it yourself, darling?
Mm-mm.
Someone gave this to you to pass on to me. Do you remember what they looked like?
Big bird people.
Bird people. Ah, yes, well, I do know some bird people. Thank you for passing this on. Afion takes it, has a look at it, and packs it with her belongings.
Oh, that's very nice of you, Full Moon. We need to go now. Do you know where there's any doctors, Full Moon?
Mm-mm.
Okay, worth an ask. So we're gonna head out because I need to see a doctor. I'm really sore.
Okay.
But we'll come back with something colourful for your daddy, and anything you'd like, anything you want.
She kind of puts her head down and her hair comes almost in front of her face, and she starts with her hands behind her back and foot kind of gracing the fallen leaves and dirt. Anything?
Anything.
She takes a while and thinks about it, and she's like, "Can I have a birdie house?"
A birdie house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll get you a birdie house. So one birdie house for you and something colourful for daddy.
She looks up, smiles at you.
Perfect. All right, I'll take out like my notebook and I'll make sure like she sees me write like to do, colourful thing for daddy, birdhouse for Full Moon.
Right, well, it was very nice meeting you, Full Moon. Don't make too much noise not to wake up Daddy, okay? And we'll be back very soon, dear.
I'd be looking forward to playing again. She waves as you walk
Bye.
away, and
All right then, bye, and we'll walk out. Okay, let's get out the woods.
Yep.
As you walk, I suppose I'll go. Right. So I mentioned earlier, before all the chaos, that Strahd paid a visit last night.
Yes.
Yes.
It was a sense of getting to know us, and he confirmed that he finds us interesting, and that part of the reason why he's leaving us to do our stuff is because we're interesting, and he wants us to stay interesting. So there's that. Effectively, yes. But it turns out that Strahd was turned into a vampire by an original
Vampire?
purebred vampire, who is apparently stashed away in the mountains, effectively babysitting, prison watering, making sure Strahd stays here.
I beg your pardon.
So,
So what you're telling me is there's a bigger, badder Strahd
no,
somewhere in the mountains.
because from the sounds of it, Strahd does what he does because he gets bored and has to do things. This other guy is just trying to make sure Strahd stays entertained enough. So there is a possibility that the reason we are here is because
Is to keep
of this,
someone entertained.
is because of this other guy and to keep us entertained. But on the least, well, I would say the least on a less creepy note, potentially an even more creepy note for Afion, he is very interested in you.
Me?
Yes, he
Really?
is very, very interested in you. So you've made an impression. Congratulations.
Well, I pride myself in making impressions, darling.
I know you do. I know you do. So be prepared, because he is more than likely going to try to pay you a visit, because I may have said that, well, last night he looked like he was going to try and, like, whisk you away sort of thing, and try and get weird. So I told him that while you were sleeping, if he got any closer, I would remove his hand. and that if he wanted
And
to
people
talk
say
to you,
chivalry is dead. Well,
yeah,
thank
but
you
then
so much, darling.
you're welcome. But then I followed up by if he really wants to talk to you, he can catch you while you're awake, and actually talk to you. So he might pay you a visit at some point. Have fun with that.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
Brynmore, it's just
Yeah. And also, godlings, as you saw there, they can be very mischievous, very childlike. Brynmore,
Yes.
try not to piss the godling off, or it will give you never-ending nightmares.
Duly noted.
Mm.
As if we're
They
not
don't
already in.
pack a punch in terms of like will kill you instantly, but if they feel they're not respected or mistreated, they will get revenge in the way children do through harmless little pranks. Which, yeah, it's sweet. Except for godlings, harmless pranks tend to be never-ending nightmares and convincing wild animals to attack you
Oh,
and spoiling all your food and drink.
oh god.
Duly noted.
So yeah, that's Aphion. I feel like that should
Open my
apply to you
backpack and
too.
start looking through my rations.
So yeah, Aphion, maybe let's
Duly noted.
with that noted, let's try not to burn down their house next time we want to impress them.
well, we didn't burn it down, did we?
No, but I feel like it could have got out of hand quickly.
Yeah, that's why I carry you guys along.
Oh, that makes us feel so warm and fuzzy.
Yes, like the fire.
Yeah, oh boy.
Now,
I
shall
must
we get
say,
moving?
I assumed we were talking and walking.
Yeah.
I like that sound of that. Anyway, that's a nice statue that you got given.
Ah, yes, this. And she pulls it out, has a look at it. I want to have a look at it in a bit more of a investigative manner. Maybe there's like a hidden compartment or something. I don't know. Something. Just tell me more about
Give me a
it.
deduction check.
Deduction. Oh man, come on. One side away from a 10. Okay. That is an 11 total.
An 11. From the looks of it, the carvings seem to have a hole driven from the beak and to its rear ends.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, there's no hidden compartments, nothing special about it. This is
I think I might know what it is.
Wooloo, your expression tells me that you are eavesdropping in my little investigative time. Do share what you know, darling.
Well, usually when items are carved in such a way, they make a bit of a whistling noise. Maybe they gave you a way to call them.
Ah, so instead of sending a raven, I can blow through the backside of this carving?
I would assume so.
I see Davian took my request seriously.
What was that, Brynmore?
I take like 3 big steps forward to like distance myself from Brynmore. Like, I love you, man, but nah. Yes.
What's your question?
He asked you what was that? The comment you passed.
Well, while you were flirting with Ragnar as they were carrying you away, I took a moment to speak with Davian.
Mm-hmm. And you
Well-
requested something to do with rear ends?
Yes and no. I offered him our help and asked him if he would be able to assist us if it ever occurred that we needed help.
Ah, fair enough. Okay. Well, thank you, Brynmore, for the initiative.
Let's keep on marching. I'd rather get to Vallakie as quickly as possible.
Let's go. Also, I feel like before we try to blow the whistle or the carving, in a
Before we-
desperate
before-
emergency, we should test it first at another time?
Yes.
One moment. Along with that request, I did also mention to you people before we went to bed that I may be trying to come up with a plan to keep us interesting. At least.
Yes.
So Davian also mentioned that there were 3 magical gemstones which kept the vineyard fertile year-round. Those 3 gemstones have been stolen, assumedly by the same druids that we fought at the vineyard. Now, if that's the case, we might need to make a or at least an investigation as to who these druids are, find where they are primarily set up, and perhaps be able to return those gemstones to Davian and Co.
Yes.
Question is, where do we start?
Well,
I, for one, do think that health should be of priority. We are in an unfamiliar land. We are well protected by myself, but I do believe that having a witcher who is healthy and can manage his own, as well as being able to protect you, Bryn Mawr, we need to find a doctor for him as soon as possible.
yes. So that's always good. But in regards to the stones, I got a note here, so they sound familiar. They were given, the 3 of them were taken and given to important people in Barovia. And when asked what they meant by important people, they said people like the lords of the land, stuff like that. So in that case, it might be worth finding, when we get to town or anything, asking who the most important people in the land are. Obviously, top answer is going to be a certain smooth-talking bastard. But it might be that the 3 or 4 or 5 people underneath them have the stones in that order, and so it's always worth investigating that way.
I'm not entirely sure that smooth-talking bastard was given those stones.
No, he might not have been, but in general, if you ask who are the most important people in Barovia, he is going to be...
We should ask who the lords of the lands are.
That too. We
Just
can always
to be specific.
Yeah, ask who the lords of the lands are. If there's 3 of them, we just go and talk to all 3.
I'd also like to visit that castle on the mountain which hosts those renowned warriors. What's their name again?
The castle on Mount Baratok.
Yes.
Or Mount Garcus. I know which warriors you're on about. Because we found his grave, right?
Mhm.
I've got a map of Strahd somewhere.
The Knights of the Silver Dragon.
That's the one.
Yep.
Yeah, because we found a graveyard where all but one grave was desecrated, and he was Sir Hongar, and he was a Knight of the Silver Dragon.
Mount Gakis.
That's the one. Well, Mount Gakis is, if I remember correctly from my map, all the way to the south. So, if we get to Vallakie,
First.
maybe get some medical aid for me at this point.
Yes, of course.
But then we can also ask around, because
I am not stopping us from going to Vallakie.
no. It's
ahead.
yeah, it's literally just trying to. I think it's at that point. It wasn't a case of like arguing about which we should see first, but a point of like just putting it in like a bullet point, like Vallakie,
Yeah.
medical assistance,
The
find out more
priority.
about the land, learn a bit more about the Knights of the Silver Dragons, get a better idea of where their keep might be in the mountains, and slowly make our way down.
Where have we arrived? Where are
No,
you
it's
right now?
it's a 19-hour walk. Like if we were going as the crow flies.
As the crow flies, how about the old man walks?
Following the roads, it's like 20 plus hours. And I would be more than happy to go crashing through the woods, but at some point the sun is gonna set. And a godling scared the shit out of us. I'm worried about what might actually be in the woods.
7,
Yeah.
11, 14.
As you throttle along the roads, you've come to once again a familiar point that you've come here before, and you're crossing the bridge over the river, and you see the posts with signs in 3 different directions. Sorry, 4 different directions. One that points downwards that you've been to before. Let me just get the ruler.
That
So,
goes to the
Wizards of Wines.
winery.
You have a sign that points this way to a tower, which is named, if you just bear with me a moment. So, Khazan's Tower. A arrow which points in this way. 2 arrows actually. They're just kind of maybe a few centimeters apart. One that points towards Argonsalt, and the other one that points to Vallakie.
What was the name of the tower?
The tower is named Khazan's Tower. Khazan''S. Khazan's Tower.
All right, and then you said that the other one's leading like straight, and then down left it leads to.
Arkansas.
Okay. Yeah.
So, you're at the crossroads. What path do you take?
I would say Vallakie.
I mean, that's our priority. We need
I
to
mean,
go.
yeah, but the tower isn't that far out the way. We could always have a walk past it and
Yes, well,
see.
unless the tower is guaranteed to host a physician, I don't think it's our priority.
No, but I don't mean to go in, but to see what it looks like from the outside.
Is it on our way to Vallakie?
Yeah,
It's a
because
to be.
small detour, yeah.
yeah, you know, like we could walk right past it as we go down to. Oh, fuck, that's not what I want. Here we go. So if we go and we pass up that way, we walk right past it on the way down to
Yeah.
Vallakie. So,
Let us visit it.
and if there's a tower, you know, we might run into people on the road to Vallakie or back. You never know.
All right, let's take the route.
Agreed.
Let's go.
What's the original route anyway?
Agreed.
All right.
I was gonna say, like, the second we got to a crossroad, I would have pulled the map out and just like, right.
Yeah, that would make sense. So, you start making your way there. I mean, you can carry on discussing whatever you were discussing.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it's just small talk, isn't it?
Talking small.
So,
Yes.
Ragnar,
Yeah.
how is it you came into your profession?
Well,
From what
Brynmore, is this the topic you're picking for
I was taken
Whoa.
away from the orphanage at a young age. And viciously and ruthlessly trained and mutated over a course of decades to turn me into what you see before you.
Wooloo, how did you become a thief?
bored of the grind of trying to make it any other way.
I see. Well, if it's any
How did you become a
consolation,
soldier?
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm not a soldier.
A man of arms.
That
I was originally a noble from.
You don't say.
Yes, I don't say. Afion. I was originally a noble from Nilfgaard. I don't know if you've picked up the accent, but it's worn off over a while of traveling. I grew up as the only child of my family.
I wonder why.
Very harshly disciplined, but it did me well. Then later, yes, as is Nilfgaardian tradition, we are required to have a military career. I've served multiple battles, so yes, technically soldiering, sure, but not the average foot soldier, if you know what I mean. Unfortunately, well, let's say I had a poor bit of luck on my way, and I'm now running around by myself.
Sounds
were
rough.
you being hired for jobs, or
I beg your pardon?
were you offering your battle expertise as like a hire, so like a man of arms for hire?
Well, after my family home burnt down and my entire family died, I was essentially blamed for the entire family's death, sent to prison. A friend of mine managed to find a way for me to escape, and now yes, I'm a man for hire until I can make my way back and clear my name.
Out of character, that is the quintessential. That escalated quickly. Story.
Yeah. Like, all right, so you're getting jobs, you're being hired. Well, since everything burnt down and everyone died, I kind of have to.
In character. Well, that escalated quickly.
Most of our
rough.
stories escalate very quickly.
What about you,
Haunted by a
Afion?
demon- Haunted by a demon who set upon her because she
Did something. Yeah.
did
Go on,
something.
Afion. Since
I
we're all
mean-
sharing,
I'm
what
not the only one who was kind of semi-cursed from a demon, so
what brought
Chris.
you into the tavern that we found you at hosting the party?
Yeah, we never really found out what led up to that moment.
No, because at the time we didn't care. To be honest,
Do we even care now?
a little bit, because the more I'm spending with Afion, it's becoming clear that is definitely the kind of environment and situation you would find her in. But the way she's been going on about nobility makes me guess as to how she got involved with all that. Because the one or two nobles I've dealt with... No, wait. Yeah, no, I take it back. It's not surprised that a noble is involved in all sorts of weird shit.
Now hold on. The Nilfgaardian court, I have you know, is of very good qualities. Oh, who am I kidding? It's full of degenerates.
The 2 or 3 nobles that would visit training. Yeah, but
I
no,
pull out the wine and start drinking.
yeah, no.
and you say I have an addiction.
No,
Yeah.
you drink because you can't stop. He drinks to try and erase the pain of his past.
Well, put more eloquently, Ulu, you drink because you can't stop, and Brynmore drinks well because he wants to stop.
Okay, well, when you put it that way, Afion, I understand.
Oh, there you go, darling. Oh, look at this. Look to our left. The tower is in view, is it not now? Right, so we can carry on from this.
The way you slide out of answering any questions about yourself, I love it. That's out of character part. Yeah, no, I love it. Also, the smoothness of that was like a tour bus. Like when you're on the double-decker tour buses, and the ones at the front, like, if you look on your left.
So what you see in the massive opening of the tree lines, you see the tower reaching up 3 stories high. Parked outside of it is a wagon. The tower seems to be intact, so it's not abandoned, it's not destroyed, it's intact. The wagon perhaps even suggests to some of you that perhaps someone visits or lives here quite frequently.
Which is
Now-
not something we're going to investigate at the moment.
I mean,
Because we need a doctor. And we don't need any
wagon-
more fight.
the wagon might get us to town quicker.
Is there
The
a horse
Witcher is
attached to the
right.
wagon?
You do not see
There is no
any
horse.
creatures. No horses, no nothing. Just
It
a
may
standalone
get us
wagon.
quicker.
Hmm.
Question is, does it have an owner? Does the owner have any other plans for it?
Well, I was thinking maybe we could have paid him to take us to town.
I mean, what's an extra hour going to do? It's, I mean, you know. Witcher, how well do you
Alright.
feel?
I mean,
If we were to try
feel-
some more
no,
first
I
aid on
feel-
you, would that help or would
oh no,
that not
like
help?
on a scale of 1 to 42. No, I feel perfectly fine and healthy, but that is mainly just because of my Witcher potions, which do a great job at stopping the bleeding and getting rid of the pain so that I can keep moving. Unfortunately, what it isn't so good at is actually healing. It's like extreme painkiller. So the wound needs to be seen by an actual doctor. The basic first aid that we're doing on it now isn't going to help much.
No. I mean, we could also just like consult the cheese to see if this is a good idea, because the last time we ignored it and it was, in fact, not the best idea. So,
That's
We
true.
could. We could, yes, indeed. Most
What was
definitely.
the desired result? What are you talking about?
to see if it's a good idea to be like, knock knock, hello friendly neighbors, can you take us for a wagon ride to the town?
Touché.
Good idea or no?
Touché. Alright, how much cheese are we spending on this?
Remember, I am also carrying like half of the entire wheel. I have like 4.5 weight of cheese on me, so we have enough for sure.
4.5 kilos of cheese. Jesus.
Wooloo just carrying around 4.5 pounds of cheese like it's nothing. When
It is nothing.
when some people struggle with like a kilogram bag of cat sand, a cat litter and shit like that, you know, or like cat food, you know what I mean? Just Wooloo just chucked that shit into a pack. It was like, let's go. It's her workout routine. She just bench presses her backpack.
Yes!
So, shall we consult the cheese?
Let's consult. I mean, what does the time of day look like?
I mean, you've been traveling for about 3 hours, so...
So we'll have a sit down, drink some water. We could even top
Consult
it up
the
from the.
cheese.
We could even top up our water supplies from the lake and stuff. Well, she
Yeah.
consults the cheese.
Alright. Afion, tell us how you
Right.
consult the
Cheese man, sir.
On an out of game note, have you ever seen the TikTok with the cheese?
Cheese of truth!
Piece of truth.
That's yeah. I love
You
it.
know what? Actually, that's exactly how I want to do it this time.
Yes!
I have the book. So look, so the history of Barovia is the book that I have. I'm going to open it on a random page. I'm going to prep the cheese with circles on it, you know, and just like chanting and all this stuff, preparing my ritual. And then at the end, it's gonna be cheese.
Piece of truth.
And I slam this slab of cheese, this slice of cheese onto the book, and let's see what I get. So let's roll for this.
There's a moment where Ragnar watches as she carefully slices a bit of cheese off, randomly pokes holes in it while chanting, screams out "Cheese of Truth" and slaps it down onto a book where he just sits there and just questions every decision he made since leaving school, effectively. And it's like,
I honestly,
I fucked up somewhere. I must have. Like, how is this my reality right now?
I'm questioning
Okay.
what Strahd sees in her.
So, what I want to do, Don, just to make this super interesting, okay? I am
Strahd,
going
just have
to roll. So on my ritual crafting, I have a +4, right? So I'm gonna take a D4 and see, like how many holes I cut in there.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the number on the D4 plus the +4, okay?
Okay.
So that's 5 holes on the cheese. So you're gonna tell me 5 words. And in these 5 words, on my ritual roll, I rolled a total of 16. So if 16 is good enough, 5 words that will tell us whether it's going to be a good course of action or a bad course of action.
Okay. So it's 5 words.
Hold on.
5
Wait,
words.
5 words. Make it sound like Dr. Seuss, Green Eggs and Ham.
Oh, I frequently think every now and then of the glorious fruit of the noble hen.
What the hell?
Delirium.
Remember, and so the book is the history of Barovia. So if you want to throw in some,
Yeah.
Strahd
depending on the roll.
entered
it's-
your holes aggressively. How the fuck does that mean?
I'm so curious
Yeah.
to see how
So-
abstract he makes this.
Let me roll a
My God.
d20. 15.
So, explosive, Demeterium, wizard, tower, knowledge.
Oh god.
Right.
Oh, no.
So, the cheese has spoken, and I do believe that if we were to pursue this course of action, we might have a little bit of a tough time, perhaps a fight, but it would reveal some sort of knowledge to us. So, I do
We'll
think
circle
that
back
is,
around later.
I do think it is a positive visit because we will gain something out of it. But the cheese is probably saying that it might be a little bit difficult. Take that as you will.
Well, as the
What words?
Yeah, what were the roads, Atheon?
Oh, the words were. Do you remember the words, Donut? Because I didn't
So,
type them out.
Explosive,
Explosive,
Demeterium,
Demeterium,
Oh god.
wizard, tower, knowledge.
explosive, dimeritium, wizard, tower, and knowledge.
what the hell
Well-
is the second word?
Demeterium, but I feel like
Dimeritium is
the
a
first
material.
word?
Is a what?
Explosive is the first word.
Yeah, I feel like the,
Dimeritium, Celine, is a Witcher specific material. It blocks magic.
Okay.
so I mean, it sounds like it's a wizard's tower, which
That is armed against magic.
it could be useful against Strahd. I'm not too fond of the opening sentence starting with
Explosive.
explosive.
Yeah.
Quick question, Don. Is Dimeritium only effective against chaos magic, or is it also effective against vampiric magic?
It's chaos magic.
Shit.
Um,
So it would be only effective at blocking Afion in that case. And Ragnar.
And Ragnar's Witcher science, yeah.
So,
Last I heard of Dimeritium, they were using them to handcuff people in Novigrad.
Oh yes, because that's definitely something we want to get involved with. Material that can stop magic.
It sounds risky considering 2 of our party use magic.
It depends on
One
who
of which is
uses it.
also injured.
I mean,
And then you and me can hit things.
I mean, come on. What's a slight infected sword wound among friends?
If the majority is in favor to check it out, we can.
It wasn't necessarily a checkout. Again, it was more a case of
Take it over as our home base in this land.
okay, if we're gonna do that, let's get checked by the doctor first.
Well, if there's an
I agree with the
wizard-
Witcher. I think
If there's an experienced wizard in the tower, they may also be trained in the ways of physicians.
actually, Bryn Mawr, that's actually a very smart point. If there is a wizard in there that can heal up with magic, then if we spend a little bit of time there, I could potentially learn the spell from the wizard, and well, I could act as a healer as well.
Okay. So, if we're gonna go, well, right. We'll knock on the door, say hi. Try and be as least imposing as possible. See if he can help, or if he can get us to town quicker.
It could be a she, you know.
It could be a she, but it did say wizard. So I tend to lean towards he.
Fair enough.
I say Afion is the one to knock. I am not going to be good with this conversation.
No. Yeah. Let Afion lead the way, and again, Afion,
No,
please.
wait, Ragnar.
I take the lead!
Wait,
And
wait,
she
wait.
starts walking.
Let's get help. Let's do get help.
Okay, get help normally works best if we have someone to throw one of us into.
Let's get help.
We don't know if they're going to be aggressive yet, Brimwell, but I like it. We'll keep it. And again, in terms of keeping us interesting, I think Strahd will appreciate it a few times. We'll keep it in our back pocket for now, though.
I am following Afion.
And I feel like if anyone's going to be thrown, it's Wooloo.
Fair warning. Fair warning.
Approach
You
me.
might hurt the person you're throwing me at.
But that generally, that's the
If-
intention of get
If
help.
you can throw me and everything I'm carrying.
Don't kill the elf.
Right,
Let's catch
Afion
up to
walks up to the
Afion.
door, and she turns around over her shoulder. She sort of nods at the others who are quite far behind, and she knocks on the door with a sort of tut, 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 tut.
Tom.
So, Afion, as you walk towards the door and your knuckles immediately make contact with the front of the door, which there's clearly some kind of symbol in a sphere design, immediately you feel yourself just, this drain falls upon you the minute your skin touches the door. Drain 10 stamina off you.
What? Holy shitballs.
Immediately you kind of pull back and you almost take a breath, like it's clearly like it just drains the strength out of you. Everyone sees Afion kind of stumble back for a moment.
Kind of speed up to catch up with her and like go like catch her lightly. What happened?
As Ragnar is doing that, she sort of like falls just a little bit more, so she lands in her arms, takes advantage of the situation. Oh, Ragnar, thank you for catching me. That knocking on the door just drained my stamina. It's like something is off about this door. It's just I can't. It's like I've been drained somehow. Good of you to catch me.
It did say dimeritium, lads.
Oh yes, I
Okay.
didn't expect the door to be
I-
made out of it.
I like push her onto her feet. Like she's just like gently move her onto her feet. Okay. I'll walk up to the door, but
No.
I'll draw my hunting knife and I'll smack on the door with the butt of my hunting knife.
So you kind of do the.
And I've also got my like leather gloves on, so it's like physically not touching the like skin contact with the door sort of thing.
Yeah,
Thud,
so
thud.
the echo is heard deep within, but no answer comes.
Hello? Anyone there? Just some travelers looking for some help.
I would like to walk around the perimeter if there's any windows that I can see inside of.
So just give me a moment, guys. Just one
Alright.
small moment. So Wooloo. So wait a bit, guys. Adjust your character. So right now Ragnar's here, and it's kind of like in this position. Wooloo, you're gonna.
Oh my shit! There's the map.
Oh god, oh Jesus Christ.
I was so zoomed in.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
so
like at the
Wooloo,
door.
as you go round, you notice that there isn't any ground floor windows. However, on the side there, you do see there's a climbing that goes to the next level. It seems like sort of like a fire exit, so to speak.
Okay. I would like to sneakily climb up it.
Okay. So roll stealth if you want to sneakily climb up it.
Yes.
So Wooloo is climbing up.
I hope you don't. I'd like to investigate the wagon.
Yeah.
What do I do? Do I roll?
Investigation.
Ooh, investigation. Never got to do that. Alright.
So in the underlayers of the mud, this wagon sports
22.
a fresh coat of purple paint, and its wheels have fancy gold rims. The brass lantern hanging from each corner and red drapes cover the tombstone-shaped windows on each side. A steel padlock secures the back door, hanging from which seems to be like a cheap wooden sign that says "Keep Out."
Oh shit! No, I forgot to add the one.
Wooloo sneaks up the thing, and we'll come to that shortly.
So that's technically a 12, not an 11, because I forgot to add the one from my
So
human
that's a
perception.
12? Okay.
That was a 12.
Alright. So,
I'm not liking the sound of this place.
as you kind of examine the wagon, you notice that this thing is booby-trapped. There seems to be like a loop wire around it, very thin, almost as thin as a spider web, that clearly is connecting to something internally. It's just waiting to be triggered.
So I'm gonna recommend no one approaches the wagon. I'm gonna back away from it. Where's the booby trap? Is it underneath the wagon? Or is it in front or behind?
All around, right?
So the booby trap is pretty much all around. It's mostly seems to be triggered by either trying to access the windows or the door.
Alright.
Okay.
Wagon is out of bounds.
That's good to know. Did you see what was in the wagon?
I'm not risking climbing up on it.
Fair enough.
Wooloo, you sneak up steadily and stealthily onto the wooden platform that takes you to the first level. The windows
Has anyone seen...
on this floor are too narrow to go through, but you can peep in.
Mm-hmm.
And what you see is pretty much what you see. I mean,
Question.
Answer.
Donut.
yes.
Is it possible? Is there any kind of small animal around, like a cat, a dog, a bird, or a serpent.
All
Could
right.
be live or dead.
Give me a survival check.
Okay.
Voodoo, do you...
Oh, yes, a 10.
Oh,
you
thank God.
exploded, nice.
I exploded.
So, Ulu, do you want to keep climbing up to the second level through the...
Mm, yes.
up on the ladder?
Yes. As sneakily as possible again.
So, you come to the point where there's a ladder, and you climb onto the next set.
Alright.
And there's clearly a big gap opening here.
Okay.
To
So the
side of
total on that was 27.
Alright. On the 27, you see what seems to be a field mouse traveling in the grass, trying to find its next meal.
I pull out my bow and shoot it.
Alright, go ahead, roll for that.
Oh my God, that is just the case of like Bryn Mawr's come over. It's like, oh yeah, you know, wagons will be trapped. We're not going to go into it. Yeah, the front door's locked. And it's like draining stamina. All of a sudden, Aphion's like, yep, and sting. What the fuck?
Oh, didn't you learn anything from the raven?
17 total.
17. That immediately straight on hits it right.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go up to it. Aphion is using precision. Is going to. Oh wait a bit. Does she have a? Yes. Okay, she has a hunter's knife. So she takes out her hunter's knife and she's ever so carefully going to like skin it, decapitate it, blah blah blah, clean it all up until she's left with a nice little skull.
Alright, roll me crafting.
That
Come on,
facial
man.
expression. It's like, yes, it's go, and we're fucked.
No.
That was a wasted arrow.
It was, well, I mean, I picked it up again. Crafting, you say?
Yes, please.
That's an 8.
With an 8, you make a horrible, disgusting job at trying to peel the skin away, and you have kind of part of the skull there, but you still have bits and pieces of skin and fur in patches.
Aphion is not happy with her work. She decides to pack up all the bits of rodent that she not so eloquently crafted and use it as bait in a trap to catch a serpent.
Okay.
If you fail once, try again.
Meanwhile, I'm just gonna knock on the door again.
Once again, you go. Doom, doom, doom.
Dun dun dun.
Nothing. Wooloo, in the meantime,
Can I hear that from up
Allow
where I
me,
am?
Ragnar. I kick the door
you
open.
hear from where you are, you hear an echo of it further down below.
Okay. So, I would like to go in. I want to sneak in, basically.
Okay. We're keeping your same
And-
stealth, right?
Yes.
Do 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 do
Damn it, we
do.
can't
And
see what
okay,
you're
I can
seeing.
see that there's a hole in the floor.
Yeah.
Can I see if I can somehow go down to the next level?
You can definitely try to do an athletics check by using the edges to kind of swing down to the next level.
Alright.
In the meantime,
Yes, there it
we
is.
had Brimore trying to kick down the door.
No, I'm joking. No!
Please
Yeah,
Brimore
roll,
said he's
down
gonna
the
kick
door.
it
roll
down.
for physique.
Roll for
No.
physique.
You said it, you rolled
Come
it.
on, Brimore, don't check it out now.
Fine.
Do I have to roll wilderness survival for my creating a thing to trap a serpent or a bird?
No, there's
I'll
a
be pushed.
trap. Under crafting, there should be trap something, I believe.
Trap crafting.
Oh,
right
trap
at the bottom.
crafting.
Yep.
Oh shit.
I'm just gonna like, Brynmore's gonna like, let me knock it down, so I'm gonna take a step back. Like, all right, go
Do
ahead.
Brynmore's thing and come back to me. Ooh, that's not bad.
So, what am I going to use? Brawling?
No, physique.
Just physique. Alright.
Your muscles.
You're trying to kick the door down.
Fair enough. No advantage. 19.
Hey.
19. Okay. Can you kindly roll for kick damage?
Fucking launches me back.
I'm expecting. Behind like a cricket keeper, a wicket keeper for cricket. I'm just like a little bit of a squat,
Ready to
just
catch
in
him.
case.
It's 13 damage.
13.
That's
that's
strong
not
strike, right?
No, you should have your kick.
Kicking.
No, I
Mine-
clicked kick, but now it's giving me options like fast strike, strong strike, or joint attack.
I mean, I think it's a strong strike, right? It's one big blow.
Yeah.
So,
Submit. It's a door. I can't give it a location, so submit. No mods. Okay, 19.
yeah. So the kick was at the 19, the same as your physique. So you went and you gave it all, and it blows you 30 feet back, hitting Ragnar into the shoulder.
Can I try to catch him?
In the shoulder?
You just see him completely
just
with
thunk.
such force. So Ragnar, you're going to
Knew
be
it.
taking.
I knew it.
You know what? I feel
Meanwhile,
like there's a
Strahd
moment,
with
like
popcorn.
I get thumped. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I just feel warm blood like fucking trickling down. Like, that's reopened. That's not good.
So,
How much damage?
So Ragnar, you take 9 points of damage, and
God
Brimore, you
damn.
take 19 points of damage.
Is
And
any of that
you-
negated by my armor?
No.
You got what you dealt back to you.
You fucked around. You found out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You just see Brimore just literally fly 30 feet back,
Into the Witcher.
you know, hitting
Yeah,
the
there's
in the
like
process.
something. There's a moment where I just like, fuck's sake.
So 33 minus 19. That's yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to you, and I'm not even gonna like lift you by the hand. I'm just gonna grab you by the chest plate and just like yank you onto your feet. It's like, get up. What we learn:
Don't kick doors. You don't know what to effects are.
don't kick doors with weird circles on it and like weird symbols. Okay.
Good question. Hey, Ashton, how much HP does Ragnar have?
45. I am a bit of a stocky boy, but
No. So at full health, you're 45, like me.
yeah. And then I took 9 damage.
Right. I'm down to 14 HP.
I'm down to 36.
Because I haven't healed from my from our last engagement.
Because you can't until you see a doctor.
Womp
You
womp.
feel your insides ache. This is clearly chaos magic at full force that kind of blew right back at you.
This is what I was saying about like the health potion that the witches get is that yeah, it's a health potion, but it just gets my hit points up. It doesn't it's like I said, it's like a super strength painkiller. It doesn't actually heal anything in that sense.
All right, so back to Afyon. So,
You're crafting.
yes, I rolled a 15 on my trap crafting.
Alright, you made a decent little kind of trap with whatever you found and the remains of the mouse.
Nice. So I set it up, I rig it up, and I guess I just have to wait and see if I catch something, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. So while I'm waiting and seeing, I'm going to go back up to the door and I'm going to magic training on it because I want to see what magic is doing all of this after seeing it push Bryn Mawr back 30 feet.
Actually, I'm thinking I wouldn't have like yanked Bryn Mawr on. I would have gone and sat down next to him. There's literally nothing we can do. If you can't kick the door down, I'm basically useless at this point, and I'm not touching the wagon with the keep out sign.
Everyone check lobby, please. That's me. That's
Yeah, I'm just sitting next to him. Yep, I'm just sitting next to him. At this stage, we just have to wait for those two to sort something out.
So,
Want some bread?
just let me know when it's my turn.
Wine.
I take the wine out of his pouch, pop it open, have a swig.
So, Afyon, as you're
Yes.
examining the door,
You've got your swallow, I've got my
you
wine.
realize that the symbols you see upon it are different positioning of arms, either bent up or down at the elbow, or sticking straight out of the sides. When you look at it, you realize that basically it is a puzzle of sorts that is a lock mechanism. Putting them in the right order will unlock the door. The magic that is basically causing all this is two things. The door is made out of the metal that we described earlier, hence why you felt the drain. And the magic that surrounds the door, wood, is the thing that's keeping anyone from brutally forcing open the door. So there's like this field for such a thing.
Okay.
You look at the Discord. That's Ragnar right now. Is he sitting next to Brynmore sharing the wine?
I call out to. Wait, where's Wooloo?
In the tower.
Oh, the last thing, you just saw me walking around the perimeter, and now I haven't come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a case of like, wait, where's Wooloo?
Yeah, that's exactly. So I think I say, "Where's Wooloo?" And I think it's a good time to cut to.
Yeah, like, where's Wooloo? Instant.
Okay.
I don't know. She vanished.
So Wooloo, you had an athletics check to do.
Yes, I got a 22.
Okay. So with a 22, you managed to swing down to the next part, and you just barely missed the ledge of falling into the one below.
All right. Now, from here, can I see if there's anyone on that first level?
As you peer down, there's no one in sight.
And there's nowhere like someone could hide or anything.
Nope.
All right, I would like to go down to the first level.
Okay, swing again. Athletics.
Exploded.
Yeah.
Good
Alright.
explosion or bad explosion?
Alright.
Exploded good. I
I
would not be smiling if it was bad.
I would. It's been that kind of week.
So,
Maths.
This is better.
There we go.
26.
26, nice. So you swing down and you find yourself on the ground floor.
Alrighty. I go up to the front door.
So just bear with me a moment. So over here you have flagstone floor, which is strewn with debris. The few old crates that stand near the east wall clearly are still intact and nailed shut. A torn curtain to the south partially obscured the tower's visibility. You have a 5-foot square indentation in the center of the floor that contains 4 pulleys attached to a taut iron chains that stretch up through the seemingly mechanics, so to speak. So yeah, you have a rotten wooden ceiling, which you came down from, and standing next to the chains are the 4 tall clay statues that you have there.
Okay. What do the clay statues look like?
They look like golems. It's nothing. So they're like miniature golems, so to speak, not full-size golems.
Okay. And I go up to the door. Is there anything strange looking on the inside of the door?
So, as you look around, you do realize that most of the wall is covered in these weird metallic, not spikes, but like, you know the studs, that are kind of like pyramid shape.
Yeah.
A bit flat. It's covered in that around you. There's that metallic kind of dark shine to it in the light that's coming from the ceiling. As you come towards the door, you see the back of the mechanics basically to unlock the door.
I would like to try and open it.
All right. So yeah, you just kind of use the mechanics to start turning things into place, and immediately you hear as a green smoke lets out from the sides of the door, from the kind of the perimeter, and it just opens just a bit ajar.
So I open it all the way.
All right.
Hello.
Yeah, as you open it, like, where's Wooloo? Hello.
Whoa! Hello, Wooloo. Look at you. Wonderful, amazing little Wooloo, you. You opened the door.
She's behind you.
We found the dwarf.
Come on, buddy boy. Up we go.
What? What happened?
I'm fine. Just leave me.
Okay. Bryn will try to kick the door open. It didn't end well.
I'm getting deja vu. We've been in a similar situation before.
I'm sure. Well done. Smart thinking.
Luckily, there was no one inside.
So all my knocking was for naught.
I'd like to point out, if there's no one inside, there's no point of staying here.
Well,
Before
it's
we
worth
leave,
an
Grinmore,
investigation.
yes, indeed, I agree with Wooloo. I would like to search the premises for perhaps any magical items or tomes or spell books or spells that a wizard might have left
Oh.
behind.
I
mean,
suggest that none of you touch the walls.
Okay.
They seem interesting.
Noted.
Well, okay, Afion, if you're going to insist on looting the library of this tower, at least bear in mind, if the wagons will be trapped, the buildings will be trapped.
Well, I mean, why would they booby trap a building that cannot be opened by the front door?
Because
The inside of it
Wooloo
would be
managed to
safe.
climb in through a window or something.
Must have been.
Oh yeah,
another
no, it's
step.
completely open from the third level.
Ah,
Second level.
I see. Well, nevertheless, I would like to look around, maybe try and find something. Maybe there's a spell on how to cure wounds or heal wounds, Ragnar. Maybe
It's worth
know.
a look.
worth a look.
Yeah,
What do I roll, DM?
I can feel the pool of blood like slowly
Well, the
growing.
thing is, as you see your surroundings, you see the splinters of wood that clearly came from the ceiling set on one side, the west side of it, and the east side you have these 4 crates which are nailed shut. So if you want to pry them open, you can give me a physique check to pry them open.
I turn
I-
towards Bryn Mawr or Wooloo, and with a look
Before,
of like,
I would like to check if they are booby trapped, because I have.
Yeah, paranoia, right?
Yeah,
I'll
nothing-
help him open, but I'll check as well.
Apart from
yeah, I'm paranoid, so I would like to.
yeah, so apart from the walls, that is
Yeah.
your major concern. The rest is pretty much like it seems fine to you.
They don't seem booby trapped, so I'll happily help you.
I'll
Pry
open this
these
chest
open.
closest to me. Yeah, I'll open the wooden crate closest to me.
All right, guess I'll be going for the second one here.
Explosion!
Hey.
Woo!
I
roll a
stop using-
physique.
I should stop using flipping roll 20 and start rolling myself.
23.
With a 23, you kind of just immediately pry your fingers just in enough gap, and you just kind of leverage your strength to pry it open.
It's like that TikTok of the guy ripping wooden logs in half. Just
So inside your crates, you find a various number of clothing, colorful clothing, robes of sorts. So,
Colorful!
so there's a bunch of clothes in here. As if you do pull one out, it comes out to be quite a tall individual who would wear these. Medium-sized, kind of fitting.
do they look like they'd fit me?
They might be a bit too tight for you, but yeah, it could.
Do we have? Can I pull out the most colorful looking one?
Of course, yes.
Hold on. Before we start dressing up and finding out that you become a cross-dresser, are these male or female clothes?
They're male clothes.
Like wizard robe.
Clothing
Yeah, no,
has
it's
no
not even that.
gender.
Yeah, clothing has it, but basically, I put this in my I put this in my backpack, and I cross off the something colorful for Daddy.
All right. So Wulu, you opened another one.
Yeah, I got a 19 on the physique.
With a 19, with a bit of difficulty, you kind of just like,
Yeah.
and you nudge it open, but almost like you break half of it, so a corner is still kind of attached to it, but you can still see it inside.
Yeah.
And you find a number of flasks filled with different colorful liquids and
Okay, that's good.
different
Ooh.
dead specimen
Happy
floating
on.
inside.
Ooh, what kind
I'll
of
then-
specimens are there?
I'll go open a second crate while that's happening. Or like finish opening the crates effectively.
I just leave that crate to Aphion and I go to the last crate.
I love we're essentially looting what's most likely an inhabited house.
It's in disrepair, so
That's not what the booby trapped fucking wagon told me.
I
what
got a
kind of-
19.
Okay,
Sorry.
so hold on, let's answer Aphion for a second there.
Yes.
So Aphion.
Yes, darling.
The small specimens are normal wooden creatures of the like. So you have mice, you have rabbits, cats, and various small creatures that are semi-decomposed into these liquids. However, the other flasks, which are all labeled, have quite interesting components. Something like a fiend's dung, fiend's eyes, a fifth essence. You have a draconic scale that seems to be there.
Hold on. I take all of that, okay? So send me a list on the Discord with everything that I get. But I'm particularly interested in the cat.
Okay.
So I pull out a specimen after putting all the vials with the labels in my satchel.
Did you say tongue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that Aphion gets all of the some of the most potent beasts from the Witcher world, fiends and dragons. I was like, what does the cat do?
So looking at the state of decomposition of the cat, is it easy to pry off the skull?
Very.
Okay, so while the others are investigating the crates and opening them up and whatnot, I'm going to take off the skull and just go off to this corner back here. Actually over here, back over here while they're up there doing their stuff. And I am going to begin a ritual.
Okay.
The ritual is called Create Crystal Skull. I need a skull of a cat, dog, bird, or serpent, so I'm going to use the skull of a cat. I need fifth essence, which I already had in my components list, actually. So I'll just use the 5 fifth essence that I had before.
Don't do it. Don't make the worst Indiana Jones movie of all time.
And so, do I read out to you what it does?
Give me the ritual time, and then we'll see what it does.
Okay, so the preparation time is 10 rounds, and the difficulty check is 14.
10 rounds. Give me a second. So let's set that on a timer.
That's so. Hold on. The preparation time is 10 rounds. The
Okay.
duration is immediate.
Yeah. So 10 rounds, right?
Yeah.
I set a timer for 10 rounds. All right. So you're preparing that. In the meantime, Wulu and Ragnar, you opened the other 2.
Yeah.
Did you roll your results already?
19.
19. You have the same difficulty as Wulu had. You kind of break part of it, so you kind of look in your your box, and inside of it there are what seems to be ton and ton of paper, books. So there's a collection of different articles and reading material.
Oh, nice. What's
I rolled a 20 to open the last box.
22. That one seems to come off a bit too much with ease for you. And as you open, this ghastly smell just hits your face, and even Ragnar, next to you, kind of smells it, kind of looks over. Your stomachs turn as you see a fully decomposed individual just crammed in the box, and you see bugs and different larvae just running around this dead individual.
I look to the right.
Months of it.
Clothing, anything.
The clothing is weathered and torn and eaten up, perhaps by whatever.
Okay. I'll look over, like, not touch it, but look, and just enough to kind of, okay, it's been a while. He's definitely dead. I'll take the crate lid from Wooloo, and I'm just gonna put it back on.
What if there's like some artifact or something in there?
I was just going to say you should first search the whole crate.
We'll search it. But we'll search
outside.
it when you outside. But when Aphion is able to help.
Oh right, yes, of course.
But also, there's a lot of books and paperwork in this other crate that I kind of want to get through and give a read and look through, and I don't want to get my hands mucky and covered in dead guy.
No problem. He ain't gonna go anywhere, so.
Well, we'll take him outside, but that's the last trip of his life.
May I roll deduction? Because I've got an idea.
Yeah. What did you want to roll it for?
So, we've got a corpse inside a box. We had a door which was heavily laced with diameritium and chaos magic. So someone sealed the door after leaving the premises, after this body was stuffed into a crate.
Mm-hmm.
And the wagon outside is booby-trapped. I want to see if this does not have any fucking homicidal stench that's purposely homicidal, because the person inside this crate was likely bad juju magic, or is presently, as a witcher would say, a wraith. I won't be able to deduce it's a wraith, but I'll be able to deduce, oh fuck, this might be a fucking murder. What do you think?
I'm thinking more like a Witcher than the Witcher at the moment. I saw books and was like, yes, time to read.
If there's any spells in there, you let me know.
Yeah, I'm just going through the paperwork.
Should I roll with dice or should I roll on roll 20?
Dice.
Dice, man.
Dice.
You got to do the clickies and the clackies. Oh, he's taking it seriously.
Wow.
Let's go!
So this will have a +1 because of my human perception. +1 to deduction. That's a 1.
I was going to say, like, after I said dice, watch him roll a 1, but I was like, no, I mustn't jinx it.
Damn you!
So
I didn't jinx it.
Your idea was all of what you said, and then you kind of stop and go like, nah.
That's stupid. That's
way too normal for this place.
I mean, you're no longer in the continent. Nah.
No.
Oh no.
It's at that moment we hear the theme tune for What's New Scooby-Doo start playing as a ghost rises out of the crate.
What's this Scooby-Doo?
We're coming after you.
I'd love to see that crossover, because they've done like with Batman and all that. Scooby-Doo and The Witcher, like as the ghost run, it gets its head cut off. Oh. It was a guy in a costume.
Wow, Reggie!
Oh no.
It wasn't a ghost after all.
You're a ghost, Reggie.
Right.
Or he kills the guy in the costume. Witcher looks deadpan into the camera and goes, "Who's the real monster?" Credits.
Killing monsters.
It's like, have you seen that joke of like why I couldn't be on the Scooby Doo team? Jinkies, ruh-oh, janks, yikes, fuck.
So, Ragnar, as you go through the material, you start going through, and it seems there's extensive research done within the dark arts, specifically trying to summon demons and trying to reach like lich status. So there's a lot of formulas and notes and stuff like that. And even the books that you find, it has something to do with reincarnation, immortality, and all this stuff. So there's quite an interesting thing. And the one thing that you do notice in one of the things that catches your eye immediately as you're going through the stuff is this: whoever wrote this stuff, whoever was doing the research, had a big obsession of beating Strahd in his immortality. He wanted to kind of reach Strahd's level of power.
So how far off was I from my deduction?
No, you were pretty far off. You're thinking.
Oh, thank God.
With beating Strahd. Oh God.
So, can I check out that mechanism that's in the middle?
Of course.
Does it lower into a lower down floor, or does it lift up?
So give me a deduction check on that.
Well, while she's doing that, I'm going to read through. I want to grab the research and the books that relate mostly to summoning demons and becoming a lich specifically. And I want to sneakily put them away into my bag.
No problem.
And then I suppose I'll go with the rest. I'll just kind of be like, just random squiggles of weird spells, something about immortality. Not much here.
Voodoo, what's your deduction?
18.
18? 18. It seems like the platform in the middle would rise.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a lift mechanism to take you to the other floors. Which kind of explains why you don't have any stairs to go there.
Yeah.
And clearly it takes two of the golem's arms that are holding the chains to be pulled to activate this.
I pull on the golem's arms.
You pull on the golem's arms?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you stand in the middle of the platform, or are you just going to see this thing just rise?
No, I just want to see it go.
Yeah. So you just see this thing.
And what's underneath it?
Nothing.
Cool. All right.
After I've pocketed those books, and I'll just double check the paperwork that I leave behind, that it's bits and bobs about immortality, nothing about demons and liches. I'm then going to grab the dead body crate and drag it outside.
Okay.
I follow suit.
As you... Okay, so you guys pretty much drag the thing outside, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. In the meantime, that is 10 rounds past, and Aphion.
Are you seeing?
Yes.
Oh dear God.
Yes.
Is it time for me to roll now?
Yes, it is.
Oh no.
Okay. Yes. Please, come on, I need it. Okay, what I get? Okay, that's a base 7 on the die roll. Plus a 4 is 11. Plus 9 to will. So that's 20.
20 succeeds.
Nice.
Awesome. Oh my man, I've been waiting so
Yes,
long
you've
for
been
this.
trying to get this dang skull.
What does it
Okay.
do now?
So wait, let me just find the page on the Sorcerer's Tome, and I will tell you exactly what it is.
You see, when you said Crystal Skull, my first thought was the opening cutscene of The Witcher where the raven explodes in the middle of a battlefield.
So, you see me walk out of the door, okay? And then behind me, you see a little cat that is walking out of the door behind me at my heels. I stop at the front of the stairs like this, and it sits down next to my right heel. And I say that for many mages, it's very useful to have a small animal at hand to run errands and deliver letters, but it's not as convenient to have to constantly be caring for a pet. This dilemma gave birth to the Crystal Skull, a crystallized animal skull permeated with magic which can transform into a physical animal. Upon speaking an activation word, the skull transforms into the animal it came from, a cat in this case. The animal responds to my mental commands as long as I am within 50 meters, and it will act like a regular animal of its kind should you give it no commands.
Oh, nice.
So you
So it's
pretty
a
much
pet
gave
people.
yourself a magical familiar, basically.
Yes, I gave myself a magical familiar. Yes,
It took him 5 sessions and attempted murder of a crow and a mouse, a solid murder of a mouse to create a familiar.
But
listen, a
gained
permanent
the
familiar.
now.
It's good, it's good.
And
Right,
friends for the bird people.
Yeah, I'm not denying it. I'm not like saying it's bad, but it's good. I want to say the moment he walks out, I crack the lid open, I pull the lid off again, and the stench just.
In front, as you pull out the thing. So, for a moment before Afion walks out proudly with her magical
What's
familiar.
its name? What's its name?
What's its name?
Are you gonna name it, Afion?
Yeah, I'm going to name it. I'm going to name it. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you'll hear it. Yeah. Its name is the activation word as well, so I'm probably going to keep it to myself for now until.
Fair enough. Smart.
And all
That
of
is
you
adorable.
are looking at this very beautiful individual, gypsy looking, as her hands is crossed her chest and foot tapping, very annoyed looking at you guys, going like, so, I see you found him.
Well, we found something.
Yeah. You found good old... Where is it? Hold on.
Good old, what's his name?
Good old Khazan.
Khazan.
She kind of sighs and puts one hand onto her forehead. Oh, Van Richten is not going to be happy about this. And
No one has to know that we know about Khazan. I can put this straight back on and put this crate where I found it. The only reason we came to the tower was for a lift into town, because we saw it had a wagon.
Hold on just a moment. Did I hear correctly? Did you say Van Richten?
That is correct.
Oh no.
Is this property belonging to Van Richten?
In a way, yes.
Wonderful.
Anyone else just get like a cold shiver down their spine?
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
well,
might your name be?
Yes, indeed.
You can call me Esmeralda. Now.
Was she telling us her real name? Can I see? Like,
And I am Hashimoto.
I was waiting for the Hunchback reference as well.
Esmeralda, as she puts one hand on her hip, as she kind of put to the side. Esmeralda de Vanir, as she flicks her hair. And yes, that is my wagon, if you were looking for a lift.
Right. How did the guy in the
How bewitched are we?
Bewitched. She kind of giggles to herself. You must be
Brenmore,
one
if
of the
you're-
simpleton fools.
Brenmore, if you're asking that question, you're bewitched, mate.
I've had a little too much to drink.
Yeah, it's
I
like
put
just-
too I put too much rum in this.
It's just like pats his back. All right, Brenmore. She is attractive. It's fine.
Esmeralda notices your wounds and she kind of comes
just fucking-
over and she starts touching your arm, and a bit of a soft feel.
Like at this point, it's like just a massive circle of blood.
Yeah, and as she touches it very carefully, like almost stroking it with a certain sense of sensuality, all of a sudden she just, with 2 fingers, just pokes straight into your pain. It's like, yeah, that's infected. She kind of looks, from looking down on it, looks into your eyes and go like, yeah, that's infected, darling.
It's like look down at her a bit. It's like, yeah.
She kind of, flicks her fingers and wipes it on her dress. She goes over to the door and carefully unlocks the mechanism, and you hear some kind of like clicking, winding thing going on inside of the wagon, and it opens. It's like, come on, let's treat that. And we're gonna cut scene here.
Oh. Okay.
Wait, that's it?
Esmeralda.
That's the session for today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Waiting so long, and I just need more, man.
I
I'm
know.
sorry, it's my fault. I'm
We could have
sorry.
kept going for more, but
No,
There
let's
we
be
go.
honest. No, this is
How
a good
could
point.
you?
I'm finally getting my health.
alright guys, thank you very much for being with me. It was a great pleasure. Awesome session. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.